Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Jobber Radio Prediction League Frontline. Yes, JRPL Frontline. I, as always, say the whole thing. I am your co-host, Scott, along with my co-host, the current reigning, defending, still JRPL World Champion, BeerMeJesus. How are you today, champ?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, champ?
And I'm good. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, no, I did. Wait. It all blends together. I did not retain on this one. That's right. And neither did you. Yeah, we'll just get it out of the way. No money in the bank cash in yet. And like we said, we know at least one time when it can't be cashed in. That's as revealed last time on the Clash. But it could happen beforehand, presumably. But it didn't happen yet. So far, so good.
It's true.
Now, we do have, much like last time, a bit of a packed show for everybody. There is one show to recap, thankfully, just Payback. But then we do have All Out to announce, and that's it for a while. Next week we'll cover the power rankings. They are out shortly. I don't believe they're completed yet on the site, but we're not going to even cover them today, even if they were. We'll save that for next week because it looks like the next actual show is like September 27th. That's Clash of Champions. Presumably, Ring of Honor is going to try to add Death Before Dishonor in there, but we don't know at this point. And you'd like to think that if they were going to, they would have announced it by now. It's September 3rd, so we'll see what happens there. But it looks like there's going to be at least a gap of shows for a little bit, and we'll be able to kind of relax and recover and really take a look at some things, and possibly even swing back to some of these results and give some stuff a little more detail, because it's hard to cover like 8 shows in 2 hours.
Right.
So if anybody wants us to look back on stuff that we haven't really covered, do let us know. This is on jobberradio.com, JRPL Officials, the Twitter, and of course the YouTube channel you're watching this on, Jobber Radio Prediction League. Let us know what you want to see more of from the next couple of weeks. We're not going to do a Q&A because that just eats one. But, I mean, if you have questions like, oh, what do you think about this result from the last summer of shows, the SummerSlam TakeOver, All Out, and Payback, which is going to be the kind of 4-show run for August. We'll see what we can do. But first, we have to go through this one to find out what people think we missed. Are you ready to go over Payback, Beerby?
I am ready.
Now, going into this one, some people were saying it was going to be an easy one to predict. It turned out a lot of people got like every match right, but just had some bonuses off. It was one of those kind of shows. Doesn't mean it was easy to predict, but it was logical, I guess is a better way to put it. Overall, though, we did have the tag team champions defend second time in a week, which I believe might actually be a record outside of the TTCC, but I don't even think that happened back to back like that. Unless there was like a takeover and a rumble, that might be where it was, but I'm not 100% on how that worked out. Come to think of it, I think I actually won the tag. No, it doesn't happen often, is what I'm trying to say. Because main shows like this don't happen often, and even if they do, we try to spread things out. Problem is, SummerSlam's a big one where we try to have everything defended, so who defends at Payback? Well, the tag titles got there because I guess everybody else is kind of new champions, so we had contenders somewhat established going into this, like we talked about last time. Regulators and Renaissance were like the shoe-in for one or the other. The Regulators did lose. They lost by 2 points, 62-60, as the Creatures continue their dominance, and I mean the faction, not just that twosome of Mod Step and Chappers. They won by 2 points, defeating the original team, the Regulators. It's not Platinum and Cyborg like in the old days, it's Gotenaku, but still, as you say, BeerMe, don't bet against the Creatures.
It's true.
What did you think of their continued dominance? This win does put them squarely ahead of TNC and the Outsiders as far as the second best team. I think they're up to 13 wins, might be 14 now. 18 is your record with the Warden. So how do you feel about these guys possibly being the ones to overtake you and then keep going? Because even if they have a few roadblocks here and there, 5 wins is quite doable
Right.
for these guys, right? So
Yeah. I think they'll do it. But
Think so?
this last match was really close. Really, really close.
it was
So,
it was also match of the night.
oh dang.
Yeah. And I think, if I remember correctly, I remember Bomber telling me about some stats before. Match of the night being like the main event is actually kind of rare, because often you'll get things like a top lock a little lower in the card, I mean. And just the way the point structure works, that usually gets higher. Tag team match of the night is also very hard. That means everybody did well. But yeah, they got match of the night. I think it was actually a percentage tie, but the other one was a kickoff match. We go to story at that point, and yeah, the main event with the dominant champs versus the original champs faction.
Right.
Match of the night, easy. Now, excuse me, I'm coughing a lot. Forgive me, everybody. It's been a rough week. It's been rough. It's not COVID, don't worry, but it's been a rough week. We have, as always, defended is the Road Warrior Championship, and we have the Alpha Dog defeating the Lucha Warrior. He is now a 2-time Road Warrior champion. This man has gone from the highest of highs, quite literally thrown off the roof, to lowest of lows, which was his skid during that time frame. And now here he is back again as the Road Warrior champion.
Yeah. Huge congrats to
Big time. And we get a fun statistic for the Lucha Warrior, where he has an 8-day reign because he won it on Saturday's NXT show, retained it on Sunday SummerSlam, and then lost it here on this Sunday's Payback. He's got an 8-day reign with 3 matches. He won it, he defended it, and he lost it in 8 days. That's
crazy.
kind of unheard of. It's one of those little statistics like my 5-day reign going from, I think it was a Sunday to a Friday Ring of Honor show. It's like, that's not going to happen often. Like, you might get the 1-day reigns, but 5? 8? I kind of like. I'm sure he doesn't like it, but you know what I mean. It's still, he did it. It's kind of a unique thing to look back on. Alpha Dog's first reign wasn't exactly great either, to be honest. So this is a second chance. Definitely, he can definitely rebound. And 2020, for as crap as it is for a lot of people, it's a lot of rebounding for some, like myself, like Vitamin now, like Alpha Dog. There's some good bounce back happening, definitely. Unfortunately, Red did not bounce back ahead of you. You did win the non-title match, 30-28. Remember, you were a little worried about dealing with that crazy. You did. You handled it. It was awkward and crazy.
It really was.
How'd that go for you there, champ?
Right? Yeah. It's, anytime you deal with Red, you're bound to just deal with crazy blood.
That goes for me too.
Yeah. Yeah. You're the one that's right in the thick of it.
Oh, that sounds real wrong. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it kinda does.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I did come out there at the end. That sounds wrong too. At the end of the match, and we had a bit of a stare down, as we always do whenever the chance is there. I don't know. Bound for Glory's coming. It's Impact. I don't know. Well, maybe. I don't know. Slamversary kind of sucked for us. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was close still. 30-28. I didn't mention it, but 31-27 for Alpha Dog. These are all close matches. 2 points, 4 points, 2 points. Really close stuff, which is good. You want that to show a strong division, I feel. So Redhead coming within 2 points of beating the world champion. We know what that's done for others, with Tigress, with Modstep, with Nerd. It gets their name up there. As far as I'm concerned, coming within 2 points is also pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Now,
It is.
Now, we have the Tournament of Death. For those who saw my promo, you know my feelings of all of them. Half are gone. And now we have the other half. And so here we have... we'll work our way up, just to be fair on these, for how it progressed through the night. My match is in the middle of that to break things up, just so people know. But Tournament of Death, Jaceville in 13 defeated Luke Gray. It was 29-21. That's a death match. Positive scores in a death match.
Good scores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jace did win. Luke, I believe, was an alternate. His original opponent, Cross, did not show. So Luke Gray got the opportunity. And... yeah, it's the first one out of the gate with Renaissance and came up short.
Yeah, Luke's continuing to slide.
It's
I think he said he hadn't won since Backlash.
yeah, I think it's a bit of tough love with Renaissance involved in this one. With what they're doing, I don't think that's going to matter. I think they're not even disappointed with that, with how they're going about things. If you saw Tino's promo about that too. It's a long-term process, and it might take some revisions. Luke's the newest part of it. We'll see where that goes.
Plus, Jace is a big deathmatch guy.
He is.
So yeah, it's no.
Well, he was runner-up with Hawk last year, right?
Yeah,
I believe, yeah. And so
it's that next round match will be good.
Well,
I know who he faces.
The next match, let's look at it. We got JJ Rocky defeating Captain Charisma. It was 22 to -11. That's a little more like it when you see these kind of things. And again, no surprise, everybody knows BeerMe and I love JJ Rocky. I'm also loving Keith Lee on the main roster, just for the record. So it's a big inspiration.
Yes.
Whenever I'm writing his match, I didn't write that one, but it goes a long way. That is a big obliteration target to come through, as expected, because we were a bit worried that he might somehow get upset in the first round, right? Like, that happens sometimes. So we were... I know I was excited to see him come through on that one.
Definitely.
And that means JJ will face Jace. That's a mouthful that I somehow said very clearly.
Right. It's a good match.
We can save where we think the tournament goes when we're getting towards the next main show, which would be Clash of Champions, which would be that. But as far as this, I'm not really surprised by either of these. I thought Jace was going to beat Cross, like we said. Cross might have made it, but I don't think he would have made it past the next round, whether it was Cap or JJ. JJ beating Cap, again, Cap's the one that could have spoiled everything for JJ, but he didn't. So, Jace and JJ, again, if anybody can ruin JJ, it's Jace. But
yeah,
I'm not betting against them. I've learned from the champ. So
yeah, do that.
Now, next up, we do have, let me see here, just trying to make sure, yeah, my match is in the middle of this, so we'll cover these next two rounds here, the next two in the round. It is Broken Nerd defeating RGX. It was 28 to 18. Nerd, the two-time former champion, as we both said, probably the favorite to win the whole thing, as far as from a historic standpoint, to reclaim his title that I took from him. Yes, it's right here. And RGX, brand new in the Stone Collective, trying to make a name, and trying to collect all the belts. This is not a good start. Honestly, losing the Broken...
With the old Money in the Bank.
Oh, he is. He's with Orestella. You got your eyes on him, definitely.
Orestella costed the match. He hit him with.
He did. It's... they could have gone after it, and they could have potentially come after me, RGX, on that side, and Orestella coming after you, and Stone Collective suddenly has two major titles. Like...
Right.
Not this time. RGX does want to be the belt collector. Always got to wonder how that goes in the future if Orestella has the world title. What's RGX thinking? Is he going after the other stuff, or is he looking at that world title? I mean, we've seen how that can split things, too. The world title does funny things to people. I should know.
It really does. Right.
It's literally a year to the day when I clotheslined JD's head off, and then I had my apology promo where I apologized to the world title for treating it that way.
Yeah.
Didn't apologize to him. It was to the title. It deserved my respect. Skipping my match, we do have Cian Blair defeating Vitamin Yes. These were all death matches in the first round, and it was 22 to 17. Again, close match. Let's be honest. 17 wouldn't have gotten him a win against many others. It was a death match, so wrong points are worth negative. So it does affect you there, unless I got the rules wrong, which I always do. But he still lost, and it didn't matter because 22 was enough to get the win on this one.
Yeah, congrats to Cian Blair.
Cian, but we say it wrong every single time.
Keon.
We say it differently every single time, rather. Vitamin, I'm bummed he didn't make it. I wanted him to go through, but
I did too.
I like the new guy. I like the new guy coming through. That's always something I want to see. Like he's the new guy, right? Like let's see where this goes for sure. Completing the first round was Buck N5 defeating the Midnight Rider. Yes. Lee is in. He is out, though. I truly, sitting here, forget who the original opponent was that no-showed. Looking through... I was about to say, it's Cade Gailey. He's the one name I don't see. Cade Gailey, unfortunately, did not show. We did have the backup plan for the Midnight Rider to come in, which is kind of up his alley. He's a bit inconsistent at times, but then he comes through and he runs roughshod on people. That still happened, but it took all of TNC just to survive it, because he started to hang Buck. And they came out, they helped her out. And, I mean, it became 3-on-1. I was busy, Red was busy. Lee's got this. Either he's got it or he doesn't. He'll live or die by the noose. And this time he did fall, and Buckhead took the win, 14 to 3, not 13. Sorry, 3. If it was Cade, I thought he had a shot to win the whole thing. We said that before, right?
Yeah.
Opportunity knocks, but I mean, look at that. The 2 last-minute replacements did not win, so it wasn't meant to be. So there you go. It's the reason they weren't in there originally, I guess. Validation there on the original picks. However, the final match, Bomber and Hawk, was a rematch of the second and third winners. Again, the first winner, Crofty, is no longer with the JRPL. So last year's winner, Hawk, faced prior year's winner, Bomber. Bomber coming off his house exploding and broken nose and multiple lacerations. Hawk coming off really having a whole 2020 of a year with
it's something.
with what he's dealing with AOA. And that, I'll be frank, I wrote that. Hawk had a lot of input and Bomber had a lot of input, so that was a fun one to combine everything with what we're going with. It's a weird one, but I like it a lot, because it kind of had that attitude feel of, honestly, the reaching into the coat pocket and pulling out a middle finger as the doctor's note. I just started to smile at that, and I'm like, that's how the match starts.
Right.
But yeah, the idea of him overcoming the odds, because that's not like, he's done that before, right? Like, that's nothing new for Bomber. And Hawk, it wasn't really even 3-on-1 with the Dark Rider and Urban Legend out there, because Hawk didn't want any part of it. So it was an interesting thing, but he still, fought for his life. So,
right.
But he did not make it. The melted Legos got poured onto him, and he submitted. Yeah. You like that?
Yeah, that was a pretty good spot. Pretty good spot.
That was Bomber. He had that idea of melting them down almost like wax and running with it. So I was like, how do I get them out there? Oh, I know. Catering cart. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Fun match, 35-23. 35 is one of the best scores. I believe Bomber had a perfect card. And I think a couple people did, actually. Again, people say it's very predictable. I mean, I got a couple bonuses wrong, and that was it. And that cost me, because let's go into the middle here. Legit Boss beat me, 31-27. Non-title. But I did not get my payback. Boss went 1-1 on her SummerSlam return week. And I looked at my stats. With my matches with Boss, we are now 2-2.
Ooh, we're gonna have to have that tiebreak.
Well, it was at All Out 2 years ago that I beat her on my post SummerSlam depression and started the whole run that I'm on now. So it's interesting to have that come through. And she made a statement. Caught my lariat and turned into a boss driver and has planted me straight down. So yeah, but I am still. I'm sorry. You want to make fun of me? Go ahead.
No, you're still the champ.
I am still the champ. I was going to say, I am still the champ. And I do have these people coming after me. So, yeah, like we said, Nerd and Blair advanced. Sorry, new guy. I think Nerd is probably the one there. Out of all of those, I think Nerd was going to advance even if it was Vitamin. If RGX made it, I think it would be Blair or Vitamin. So I think Nerd was the favorite of that 4 possibilities. And we both said Bomber, I think, was the one to run his part of it. Didn't matter if it was Hawk, Cade, Buck. I think he had it. Of course, I wanted Lee to win the whole thing, but whatever. It wasn't meant to be this time. No Infinity Final. Rounding out the main card. Where are we here? Here we are. We have King Bastion. Yes, I'll say that again. King Bastion defeating Orestella. Yes, he's going by King. He's doing a King Sheamus. He's King Bastion. King Corbin. It's King Bastion. The man who is coming for your title. Hear me?
It's true.
And at least we know what that plan is. More on that later. Defeated Orestella. Oh, look at that. Orestella was on a round robin of opponents where he faced, I think, Modstep, who beat you. but he couldn't beat Modstep. They went to a draw. And then he faced Broken Nerd, and he didn't beat him, and Nerd's someone who beat you. But here he is facing Bastion, who will face you, and couldn't beat him. So it's kind of like, he's not quite got the trigger pulled, but as we've said before, it only really matters when it matters. That's should have been like the solution motto, but that's pretty much what we're dealing with. So the fact that he didn't win there doesn't factor anything, because you know what? 32-23, if he'd cashed in, it would have been 32-33, and he would have won. That's the power of the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Sure.
He lost by 9. That's nice.
Right, yeah, he could have still won the title.
That's nice. He would have won by 1. So that's what that problem is of a briefcase. So yeah, BeerMe's well aware of that. We've talked about that constantly for the past, I think, 4 months now? Money in the Bank? 5? Yeah, it's coming. Eventually. What do you think, though? Bastion with momentum. He went even with GMSG, then he lost the tag, but then won King of the Ring, and now he beat Orestella, so he's kept that momentum going. How do you feel about that?
That's good for him. Good for him. He's gonna need it.
How do you feel seeing those two go against each other, Mr. Money in the Bank and the King of the Ring, with the called shot at immortality?
I liked it. He would come out of that. It's personally invested.
Yep. Who were you pulling for? I think Bastion, right?
Yeah, because Orestella's got the money. It's kind of hard to root for him.
It's hard, as much as I call Bastion that bastard. He's hard to root against. He is one of the better historic people we have here for a long time and for a reason. So yeah, King Bastion definitely is a threat, and he's got his shot. So more on that shortly. The GMSG went to a no contest with Tino. He's not happy about it.
He's not.
Partway through Payback, he's like, if this happens, I think we're going to tie. And that happened. So, yeah, went to a tie with Tino. He's run into a few of those of late. Which, again, just it's like iron sharpening iron. It's like, who gets the advantage? Nobody. And that's the last thing he wanted, because he went to a draw. He's had it rough. He went to a draw, King of the Ring final.
Yeah.
Lost that tag match I just mentioned, where he was with Bastion. Lost the rematch of the final, and then lost this. Oh, sorry, went to a draw on this.
No, tied. Yeah.
He tied. So he's like 0-2-2. That's rough. That's really rough. Yeah. He's definitely looking to bounce back, and we'll see where he goes there. A guy that we always say is looking to get that corner turned, and always on the cusp. He did it again. The Green Machine beat Payne. Non-title.
That's impressive.
It was non-title, but it was main show 27-22. He beat the top lock champ. No top lock scoring involved. So honestly, that could have been enough to sway it with a 6 or 7 pointer becoming 12 points, right? But he still won. And again, you keep doing that, we take notice. So that's a good one. That's definitely a good match.
Yep.
Not saying he's getting a rematch for the title, but when you start thinking of who, he's always in that conversation anyway, and you get a win like that, the champ knows how that works. So very, very interesting. We had a kind of a Road Warriors losers bracket of LJ and Alaska Brown. LJ won. We're both sad for Alaska, I know. But also not entirely surprised, because LJ's good. Not that Alaska isn't, but he's a tall order, is what I mean. So
LJ was on a bit of a slide. I didn't know if he pulled it out.
He was. It could have really been like a super hippo, like this tumble. But he stopped it for now, so we'll see where that goes from here, definitely. Speaking of tumbles, Forever Killin' lost again, unfortunately. Forever Chillin' and Killmonger did lose to that new team. We keep making fun of the names, but it's Nate and Rate. Nate Sniper and Rate Wrestle. And they won handily, 55-36. That's a tough one to swallow for the former SummerSlam #1 contenders.
Yeah, it is.
Being a main show, that definitely makes you think, all right, well, let's see what these new guys can do. I'd say they need a few more wins before you get into that conversation. But hey, I mean, we got some time before the next tag title defense, obviously. Renaissance, you and I both know they're gunning for that shot. But Nate and Rate can definitely walk their way in and be noticed with stuff like this. They're already being noticed as far as I'm concerned. But
yeah.
Rounding out the bottom here, we have Ash and Jut Jut. Not the bottom, but you know what I mean. Like it's that makes it sound bad, but it's the pre-show stuff. I believe they started it. It was Ash and Jut Jut, 26-20 for Ash. That's a rough one for Jut Jut. I mean, he did literally kind of blow up Bomber's house and then have another loss.
Right.
Yeah, so serves him right. Jay Dionio beat Jonathan C.T. Martin, 34-24. Tough.
Slide of CT.
The CT slide. That should be a
Yeah.
dance move. The CT slide.
Right.
It
him and Luke are just they're going for the streak.
It just goes down. Sorry, CT.
Right.
We love you, but dude.
Yeah. A little rough.
Now, Renaissance did get a win. They got it over Daddy Cream, which, yes, that name still exists. Nathan, Nicky, and Cassius looking to secure that tag title mentioning, like we said, and did it by the skin of their teeth, beating Daddy Fatsack and Creamador by a point, 52-51.
Ooh, that was close.
For the record, if either of those guys were in there, they would have lost to Nate and Rate. But would they have beaten the Creatures, that world title match? No, actually, 62-60. Sorry. Yeah, no, the champs and the contenders deserve that. Fair enough. But still, 52-51 is good. Let's not get that lost here. I didn't think Daddy Cream would do that good.
No.
Right? Like, that's...
They almost pulled it out.
They almost pulled it out. That sounds wrong, too. Peanut defeated Super Hippo 29-23. Peanut is like the low-key cannot be stopped guy.
When he shows up.
When he shows up. Yeah, exactly. The Finn beat Tom 21-19.
Oh, Tom was on a roll.
I know! For once, he got 2 in a row. 2-point loss. Not much. Though 19's a rough score, too, to be honest. Wookie had a rough score of 9 in his loss to Hiroshi Moses and Mark Black, 25-22-9. That's a bit of a bummer, that one.
That is, yeah. Big bump.
But Hero needed that. Hero needed that win. Mark Black, all right. But Wookie, that's a big one. That's a good win for Hero there to kind of catapult back. And he had a win over Bastion and GMSG, but aside from that, really hasn't recovered from WrestleMania where he lost the title to Nerd. And since then, Nerd lost the title and rebounded with the win over the world champ. Hero has this win. It's something, but the Renaissance has a plan. They've got a long-term plan. It's about an age of enlightenment, so we'll see what happens with that. We got a veteran and a new guy. Cam Popplestone and Frozzy. They went to a no contest. 22-22. And let's round out the bottom real quick. The Urban Legend and CJ Blackthorn, 25-15. Randy the Fiend Orton defeated Kyoko. She's still recovering over the house exploding, 28-26. Cammy Cat returned with a win over Fat Bastard Champ Alex Forster, 24-23. And we have new guys, Oscar Granados and Castor Rathbone. Those are 2 of my favorite names. 25-10. Highest points possible was 35. Again, I do believe Bomber got that, but you put deathmatch scores involved. He's got 35 there, but we've got some deathmatch winners. Obviously, some first-time participants won death matches. They got those achievements. Hero hadn't won a triple threat yet. He's got that. Alpha Dog won the Road Warrior title for the second time. We got Hero and Jace winning their 25th matches. Hero hadn't won 25 matches yet. That blows my mind. He's been around for so long. That's a rough one. Gotenaku not only main evented the JRPL show, he got match of the night for the first time. So he did both of those. And Daddy Fatsack with 1,500 career points. Remember when 1,000 was like, oh my god, the Green Machine hit 1,000. It's a whatever thing now almost. It's a rite of passage, but still, it's like it's very doable. Not that it's easy, but it's just you stick with it, you'll get there because there's so many shows. They're starting to kick up again. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The write-up for this, we put a lot of work into this. It is here on the site. You can see the details of the kickoff show with everything here, including CT's loss. It stood out. Luke Gray and Jace with the write-up. Cap and I almost said Cap and Charisma, but that's his name. Cap and JJ. Nerd and RGX. Myself and Boss. And yeah, we do link in the songs as well for our entrance themes. Vitamin and Kian, Buck and Ryder. You can see there's a lot in here. There's a lot of stuff in here, guys. Come check this stuff out. There's the melted Legos, liquid Legos on the Hawk's neck and chest. You want to read that. You want to go see that. It's free on the website. Go check it out. Even if you're not into it, check it out. And right. Round 2 is announced. The bracket will be on the website as well. Beer Me in red. There you go. There's the main event of... not the main event, but your match. You're the world champ. It might as well be the main event, right? Right? Yeah.
Right.
Road Warrior title and the tag titles, which I wrote literally as a sprint. I wanted that to be chaotic and insane. So that is Payback. And less than a week later is All Out. So when you go to the site and you see this looking at you, you can see down there, make your All Out 2020 predictions. When you click on that, you will come in to this screen. Make your All Out 2020 predictions. And you go in here. And it talks about how it works. You put in your name. I put Scott. You put your email. Mine goes there. And then you do your picks. We got a lot of new guys coming in, so guys, please pay attention to make sure you get this stuff right. You pick who you want, or no contest, and you pick your confidence points on that. Say I put 9 on Moxley retaining. I can't use 9 again. I got 1 through 8 left. Omega and Page and FTR. I think FTR is probably going to win. Put a 5 on that. I can't use that anymore. I got 1 to 4, and I got 6, 7, and 8. And you work your way through. You got bonus points as well. Simple as that. If you're in a stipulation match, there is information here about rules and stipulations. If you're a new guy signing up for the first time, Lamenta, I know, is someone who's new in the Discord as well, and a bunch of new names we saw there. Sign up, even if you're not on the card, you'll be on the card. Anybody that puts predictions in will be on the card. I've confirmed earlier today, because I got an ad for Fight, saying that there will be a 1-hour buy-in. No surprise, AEW does do their buy-in shows. The pay-per-view starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. The buy-in's at 7. That means your deadline for putting in your predictions, which was on that page, is 6 p.m. Eastern time. So, Saturday. It's on Saturday. Today's Thursday. It's Saturday, September 5th. If it's Sunday, you're thinking time to put them in, the show's over. It's too late. So, please put them in. Make sure you're there. Thing is, it's also a house show. This isn't WWE or NXT. This is like Impact, ROH, and AEW. If you skip it, doesn't really matter. But that's where we have some of the most fun.
Right.
On that note, I think we can announce some of the matches here for All Out, Beer Me. We can step a little bit back. I'm going quick. Forgive me. What did you think overall of Payback and what happened there?
It was a really good show. I'm happy that Alpha Dog won. Slides over. It looks like this keeps going up. Creatures keep doing what they're doing, and yeah.
I like that Renaissance is coming in to destroy things, but the creatures are just not stopping, right?
Right.
It's like they're just doing. That's fascinating to me. I love that kind of thing, along with all the other stuff, like you being the lone wolf with allies here and there, and Infinity just being dicks to everybody, and it's a lot of fun with what's happening. So,
Bomber rebounding
is big. I mean, he won his match at SummerSlam, but his house blew up. But he's definitely rebounding. Like, he's on the warpath. I'm definitely worried about him advancing all the way in the tournament. That's going to be a problem for me. I'm going to get my ass kicked.
You got a lot of people in the tournament.
They're all going to... I'm going to get my ass kicked no matter who wins.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Good.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But All Out. All Out is this Saturday. Saturday. Let's say it again. Saturday. One thing that we really need to focus on here is some insanity. So we're going to have a kickoff match, and it's a casino battle royal. The competitors will be announced on Twitter. Follow us at JRPL Official.
Oh.
The winner will get a future Road Warrior title shot.
Wow.
Now, how battle royals work in the JRPL like this is that it's just an extra match. So you'll have your normal matches. I'll announce the main one here. It's the Alpha Dog defending against the Urban Legend for the Road Warrior Championship. Urban could still be in that battle royal. It's not double duty, right? Like, it's not like that's your only match, just so people know how that works. It's just a bonus. If you win it, like BeerMe did at WrestleMania, with the Peanut Memorial, he got an extra win. But the other guys didn't get a loss, just so you guys know. That's how that works. So, yeah, the Urban Legend getting the Road Warrior title shot as I kind of segue into that.
I like that.
I like it a lot. It's a tough, tall order for Alpha Dog, but that's the
man
perfect
who's
thing.
money versus Alpha Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, this is perfect. This is the perfect match at the perfect time, I think. Because after everything that happened with Hawk, let's see the other guys put up. I want to see what they do here, right? So,
Yep.
we've known this match for a while. It is Alaska Brown versus Bomber in a death match. This match was signed before everything went to hell for Bomber.
It was.
So, Alaska Brown's in trouble, I'd say.
Yep.
This is the ultimate comeback for Bomber. He's going to burn Alaska to the ground, I think. That's too soon. I didn't even mean that with the house thing. Oh, my God. That was an inadvertent slip. But I was like, because it's Alaska and you do something to I don't know. I keep saying province. No, it's a state. It's one of yours. God damn it. Get out of there. That's what we have. Shut up. We have provinces.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But that's what we knew. That's what we knew. We got the Battle Royal. Here's what else we got. I'm just going to work my way down. I think we're going to have some fun matches, and I'm looking forward to your reaction to these, BeerMe. The Midnight Rider's not happy after what happened with Buck, right?
Right.
And especially with what happened with Fart Bucket, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Ooh, Buck and Bucket. That's interesting. Okay. Well, at All Out, we have the Midnight Rider facing Fart Bucket in a hardcore match.
Oh.
I think Fart Bucket is going to die.
Yeah, but imagine... Oh, I don't even want to imagine.
No, don't say it.
Twice in a row. They'd really go off the deep end.
Don't say it. Don't say it. We have the Enigmas, so we get to see the CT slide either continue or halt. Jonathan CT Martin teams with Junction against the Reaction, Luke, Gray, and Tino. They are back.
Oh.
It's the Renaissance, but it's the Reaction are back. So, after seeing things with what? It was the Eloquent Reaction or whatever with the CT. Yeah.
Yep.
This is a problem for CT, but also Luke's been on a slide too. So here you go. It's the slide match.
Unless there's a tie, somebody's slide is going to hit.
Then they both slide, which, knowing how this goes, that might be the way.
Right, yep.
I got a match with some history, BeerMe. You might realize this. It might be like a moment like it was for me, but Spring Tigress is going to face Hiro Shinmoses.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history there.
People want to know what that's all about. Go look through the archives. I think it's 2 years ago now. Maybe only just one. Forgive me, but I think it's 2 years ago. There were some problems with the HMF and Hiro Shinmoses specifically, especially with Obsession with Spring Tigress. She's literally main evented SummerSlam for the world title. Hiro has not come close to that lately. Not to say it lightly, because this is the perfect kind of thing to get in someone's head where he re-aggravates her neck or her arm injury, or the psychosis of what she went through is not good for her. Not good for her. I'm not betting against her. I never will, but this is more dangerous than it needs to be, I think, for Spring Tigress.
Definitely.
Also dangerous, Jace Villain 13 will face Legit Boss. That's Boss just going from heavy hitter to heavy hitter, I think.
Yep.
That's going to be... I think she's got a fair shot on that. Again, I don't like to bet against her, but Jace is a tough one. He's a wild card if there ever was one. If you could call someone reliable a wild card, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
Next up, this is a fun one. We have Pain continuing with a non-title match against Broken Nerd.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's a good one. That goes to what we were saying about Pain facing these heavy hitters and coming out on top. Broken Nerd's one of the heaviest hitters. He's one of the top guys there is right now. So, can Pain win over Nerd? Or will Nerd just continue to do what he does as a Terminator?
It's true.
Who have you got on that one?
Oh. Well, conventional wisdom would tell me to pick Nerd because he's on a roll. And Payne just lost, but I think Payne's going to be mad, so I'm going to pick Payne to rebound.
You're not going to believe it, but I just had a fly buzz in front of my face. I just went like, "Blah!" on camera. People were like, what? I'm picking Payne too. Because it's all out. It's AEW. It's different. It's time for that kind of upset, I think. And I know it's ridiculous for the Top Block champion to upset a non-title, non-challenger. But I think Payne's going to upset Nerd in this one. Because Nerd seems to be the favorite for that match, but I think Payne takes that one. I think so. Hey, speaking of non-title, guess who I get to face, BeerMe? Guess who I get to face on this All Out event? Any guesses? It's someone I have history with. I'll put that. That's still really vague. Forgive me.
Yeah. It's.
Well, you'll smile when you hear it. Non-title match. JRPL Ultra-Violent Champion Scott faces King Bastion.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, no, it isn't. Stop. No. Who am I kidding? I beat him on my birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Surprise opponent. I beat him. And then Bomber put me in a cake and made me bleed. Yeah, I'm facing King Bastion at All Out, and I'm having a hard time picking me on that one. He's really.
It's AEW. Anything can.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at those. I am pretty good at AEW. I'm not to toot my own horn here. But Bastion, I mean, we talked about momentum. He could literally beat me on the way to going for your world title.
Yeah, he does have momentum side.
Yeah.
And you kind of got bigger fish that you're gonna have to. Well, I can't believe I just said you got big.
No,
you
well,
actually will.
Well, I got the whole tournament coming through for me. I got a school of fish. And I don't know which one's which yet. But you've got him literally gunning you down, and him beating me. I mean, doesn't mean he can beat you because you beat me all the time. But you know what I mean. Like you beat the UV champ. Right. Okay, yeah. No, you're definitely proving your point. So.
Yep.
But that's a match we didn't get in the tournament because of the way the brackets were, and it was close, but not meant to be. But I've had run-ins with him like over 3 years now, so it's all about me winning the ones I got to win. Now I got to do it again. So yeah.
You've been on a roll with that, though.
Yeah, he's probably gonna win. I lost the boss, but
you did.
Now, we do have the tag champs. They do not get a night off. They are teaming up, but it's not a title defense. It is the Simple Creatures, Modstep, Chappers, and JJ Rocky facing Team No Chance. J. Dioneo, Vitamin Yes, and Buck and 5.
It's a good match.
I like that match a lot. Because it's all about the Creatures going through former tag teams that had the gold. And yeah, it's not Lily, but Buck is there, and it was that team. And JD's no pushover. And yes, say what you want about Vitamin, he's no pushover. He might be easy to push over right now, but you know what I mean.
He's won 2 out of his last 3, so he's kind of got a little bit of swagger.
Exactly. I like that match a lot. The Creatures can kind of do no wrong at this point. That's their match to win. It's JJ's match to win, but that is Team No Chance. That's what they do. That's a good match.
JJ and JD got his.
Yep.
It's there.
Now, we already know we got Bomber and Alaska Brown. We talked about that one. We got Alpha Dog and Urban Legend. We talked about that one. BeerMe, you'll notice I haven't mentioned you yet.
No, you haven't.
Probably well aware of that. You are teaming with the GMSG, the King of the Ring runner-up, your partner in the Must-See Good Guys. Your opponents. And for those who do not know, I was on the Discord chat when GMSG said, hey, want to team up with All Out? And you said yes. And you didn't know who it was against. We did, and it was funny. Now I get to tell you. Your opponents are the Stone Collective, Orestella, and RGX.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, why do I have to say yes?
Yeah. Because that's what you do. You're the champ. You've had that belt for over 8 full months. December through now, it is September 3rd. You've had that belt longer than anyone. You might actually have the longest single title reign in JRPL history. And it will go beyond, presumably, beyond Saturday, because he's in a match with you, but he's not cashing it in, as far as we know.
Well,
I don't know. I never know.
Right.
I'll be honest. I'll be
Right.
point blank honest. I never know. I honestly read the write-up when it gets posted, and I go, did he? To see if it was added in after by CT. I don't know. That match, like I said, that match makes me laugh.
oh, yeah. Bet it does.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But Stone Collective. So you get Orestella. Have you gone 1-on-1 with him before?
Yes. I think I beat him by a point.
Oh. And
Or
RGX, you've never faced him before.
Correct.
I don't believe GMC has either. He's still too new. He's a bit of an unknown. He did get eliminated, but, I mean, it is Tournament of Death. The unpredictable can happen. He's no less of a threat, and that's a fun one. I like that match being there, because it's like, oh, God, he's going to taunt that case the whole time. Maybe that throws you off. I don't know. You
Maybe
need that
he
momentum,
cashes
too.
in and he goes on to Clash of Champions. So. It would. But you never know. You never know.
But that, ladies and gentlemen, as the champion sighs at the match I sprung on him, is All Out. That is, again, this Saturday. Saturday. To get your picks in by 6 p.m. Eastern. You can put your picks in right now. You can do that this very moment because All Out Dynamite, or AEW Dynamite did happen. JobberRadio.com, put your picks in. And then I'm looking over here. Look, there's all this fun stuff. That's Clash of Champions. That's coming too. Be part of this. Have some fun. Get involved. If you're in our Discord chat, which links are on the site as well, you can come in and listen to us rant and rave about the show and how we're doing, how we're not doing during the show. I unfortunately will probably not be there on Saturday. I'm normally out on Saturdays, but last time something canceled and I was able to be there. So we'll see how that goes. But that is this weekend, September 5th. Get your picks in. If you don't get your picks in, we just scrap you and no show. But again, you can miss this one. It's a house show, but you don't want to miss it. There's an achievement for having consecutive shows, 50 in a row. You want to do it. You do. You know you do. But Bear Me, are you still upset over the match there, or are you ready to close this thing out?
I'm still gonna be thinking about that for a while, but I'm ready to close it out if you are.
Well, it's not for long. It's on Saturday.
Oh, I know. It's true.
Well, since Bear Me seems to be indisposed and dealing with issues of Money in the Bank type things, and then eventual King of the Ring, we'll end it there. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I will say it again, Saturday, JobberRadio.com. Get your picks in. But with this, like, favorite, subscribe, all that usual YouTuber stuff. Let us know what you want to see and cover from the past few shows, and then All Out as well, obviously, when we get there next week. And we'll see if we can bounce back and recap some things, like more depth of the Tournament of Death finals, first round matches, more detail of some of the cinematic matches from the other stuff as well. Let us know if we can revisit that, or just, who knows what else happens. Maybe Bear-Me's not champ anymore. We have that to talk about. I don't know. We'll find out, though. So, champ, hopefully not for the last time. Are you ready ready to get out of here?
Yep. Ready if you are.
I'm ready to get out of here. Thanks again, everybody. JobRadio.com. Check it all out. Saturday, 6 p.m. Do it by 5. Do it Friday night. Do it midnight. Get your picks in. You want to be part of this. These are the fun ones. These are the fun ones. They're all good, but these are the fun ones. Have a good one.